Hey, my name is Yeva. In this episode, I will tell you how to take your best fluffy friend with you to Europe. I passed through it myself. I traveled by car from Russia to the Netherlands through Belarus, Poland and Germany. So listen carefully, my friend. I am the experienced dog. Tip number 1. Check in the consulate of the country you are going to if it's possible to bring a pet of your breed to that country. Some breeds are restricted. People don't understand that there and think that we are dangerous. For example, American Pit Bull Terrier in Germany is prohibited. You can check out which breeds are prohibited just following this link. Tip number 2. Check if your friend is old enough. To come to the Netherlands, a pet should be at least 15 weeks old. Tip number 3. Also check if there were incidents of animal diseases in the countries you are going to. Sometimes, if there was an incident, your friend can become a subject of the quarantine and the pet have to stay in the country for a uncertain time. And we don't want to split up there, right? Tip number 4. Decide which transport will you use to travel with your friend. If your pet is small enough, you are most probably allowed to take it to a plane cabin or in the train. Otherwise, you will have to check it in with your luggage in the airport. It's a huge stress for a pet to fly without its owner. Brr, I don't like flights. I personally would prefer to take some special sedative. Ask the veterinarian which one. Tip number 5. Don't forget to buy everything for your trip. If you go by train or plane, you will need a cage. Remember, you are looking for a comfy one with a bowl for water inside. If you go by car, you'll need a cage or you can also use a special seatbelt. But personally, I ate it immediately. It was uncomfortable and yummy. Your body will also need a muzzle for traveling by public transport. Don't like it. Don't forget to buy enough food and treats for the whole trip for your friend. Lots of food. More treats. Okay, you got me here. Take vital medicines which you would need in the case of emergency. And of course, don't forget about treats. Oh, I already told you about it. Tip number 6. Make sure you have all your friend's documents. You will need, firstly, Field International Veterinarian Passport. Just get it from your veterinarian and fill it in English. Secondly, veterinary certificate in English and what is important in the language of the country of the first entry of the European Union. You can get it from the local food and veterinarian inspection. I will ask my owner to put a link with the example here. Thirdly, you also must have marks by the authorized veterinarian in the certificate that your friend was vaccinated against rabies at least 21 days prior to the trip. I also aimed at medicine against parasites with a veterinarian presence, which is very important. It's not a tasty one, I should say. However, my owner gave it to me with a delicious treat and I even didn't mention the medicine. Lastly, don't forget about the identification. Make sure your friend's identification either has a microchip or a clearly readable tattoo. By the way, it wasn't painful to inject a chip at all. I have one, don't be afraid. You can check all the necessary preparation details at this link. Alex will put it in the description. And the final tip is help your friend to prepare. A trip is a big stress for a pet. If it's possible, make a short distance trip by the transport you are going to go by. 10-30 minutes is enough. Train with your friend to go through crowds of people, as there are a lot of them in airports and at stations. Oh, people are so loud and scary sometimes. Also, figure out which of your friend's toys is a favorite one and let him or her take it to the trip. You also should show your friend that it's not scary to stay alone for some time. Give him or her treats and the favorite toy when you are absent. Here you go. Now boss, you and your fluffy friend are good to go. I wish you a pleasant trip. Bye!